Okay, we're recording. Hello, Tina fans. I would like to share with you today another resource with which you can do a lot of research. This resource, as you can see here on the screen, is Delpher, D-E-L-P-H-E-R. Please go to this website, delpher.nl. NL obviously standing for Netherlands. Now, I don't speak Dutch, and there is not an option, and there really honestly ought not to be an option. Not everything's in English, and it shouldn't be to translate it automatically, but it's still very easy to use. All you got to do is go to your three dots if you have Google Chrome, and then go down to translate. It'll tell you which original language it was, and then you just want to switch it to English or whichever language you prefer. You can use other languages here. You can choose another language. I'm just going to go with English. That is my preferred language. Obviously now you can do a lot of research. Now there are many aspects of this website I have not been able to research through, which is why I'm asking all of you, which is why I'm crowdsourcing. I'm going to put Tina Turner in quotes. Excuse me. If you don't put it in quotes, you may get results again that are not Tina Turner specifically. It's going to pretty much ask you every single time if you want to keep translating, and you do. Now, there are more than 1 million results in the Google Books collection, but they're pulling it from Google Books, and we looked at that another day. What I'm interested in telling you about today, because it's too many results, is going into the magazines, okay? Now, basic collection books would be the books in their collection. Newspaper articles, they have 5,872 of them. That's in their collection. You have external newspaper pages outside of their collection. Radio bulletin, magazines. Now I'm going to go over to magazines, and you get a lot. Now, right now, first thing here, Illustrated Monthly Magazine for the Dutch Armed Forces from 1969. We are by relevance. We can also switch to by date, but this is a very old one. When you click on a resource, it will usually take you to the page featuring Tina, and in this case, what I'm assuming is that it's a very small reference to Tina somewhere here. Okay, here we are, and it's right there. Now, I can't read it because it's in Dutch, but you can do something very easy. You want to click on your print screen button. Okay, then you're going to want to select the text. It's not really the text, it's selecting the image with the text. Now, it's not very difficult, even I can read that, but then you're going to want to go to your Google Translate, but don't go to text. Go to the second tab, which is images, and you're going to choose the language that it is in. I'm going to just go with detect language, and then you're going to want to choose your output language, and I'm just going to go with English for that. Did I? No, I just put Fijian. Sorry. Okay, then click Control V to paste the text, and normally, here we go. Rob Van Looyen writes about foundations, fortunes equal, Stevie Wonder, Erwin Starr, Ike and Tina Turner. So at least then you know what it's about. Now then we know we want to go to page 2. So do we have a page 2? Well, yes we do. So we're just going to click over onto page 2. And here, again, it usually will highlight in yellow. Then you have an article about the 1969 re-release of Ike and Tina Turner's River Deep Mountain High. As you remember, it wasn't a big hit in '66 except in the UK, and it was often re-released in '69. Okay, it's not a lot. There are no rare photos or anything, but in order to do research, here we have a picture of the cover of the re-release, I'm guessing. Here we go, Ike and Tina. Now, it's not in the highest quality or anything like that. Let's go back and re-research Tina Turner. Here are some of the things you can do. Now, we're in magazines, as you remember. You can always switch to something else like newspapers. I don't see how this is a magazine and not a newspaper, but that's not me. You can switch it to title or date, okay? If you go 0 to 9, you're going to go from the oldest. So the oldest publication in the Netherlands that mentioned Tina Turner, at least in a newspaper, is from 1966. Again, it's about River Deep Mountain High. If you go 9 to 0, if it works. Right now it seems to be either frozen or just decided not to work. Then it would be the opposite way around. You would get the dates from newest to oldest. Now here we see there are a lot of 1966 publications mentioning Tina Turner, and they may be interesting articles, they may not be. You might want to just put the title, the year that you want to research right here in the search bar. Obviously there's a lot of things you can do. Now, right now it seems like we're no longer translating, so I'm going to go back and click the translate button again and just make sure that it's translating. Sometimes you just have to reload the page. There we go. Now you can choose the period. So here you want to choose, so let me go back and show you what I did. It says period, just click on choose period. So you're going to want to choose like the year, okay? Here we go, sorry. This website is not perfect, okay? So let's go 1980 to 1984, just so we get the pre-private dancer stuff, which is my. Then you click on to search again. Um, Now you get an article from 1980, another one from 1980. You can do other things here. Let me again see if it wouldn't translate. Okay. You can also, if I remember correctly, choose the ones that have images in them only, although that option seems to be gone at the moment. So 6 months ago when I first used this website, there were options to just take images, which is what interests me the most. So you can see right now we don't have a lot. So from 80 to 84, there are something like 9, 10 articles, okay? But we can click on one randomly just to see. It does say photo. We'll see if there actually is a photo of Tina. Now the thing is here, we don't have Tina on the first page. There's nothing in yellow. Oh yes, we do actually. Let me zoom in. It's sometimes hard to see because the quality of the scans is not best. Okay, so it's just a tiny photo, but maybe something you've never seen before will pop up. Again, let's search for magazines. Let's remove the years. Okay, now we have up to 84, but we've removed the years. There are also other options. Let me have it retranslated again. Again, this is not one of the absolute best resources. I'm just picking one at random and I'll be doing that for the next few videos. Okay, uh, you can also select in which part of the magazine the item appears. Okay, you can also select the magazine title if you have a magazine title that you know, oh, I was looking for something in Salvo magazine. Then you would just click on Salvo, and then Salvo is now selected and nothing else. So you get Salvo magazine, which is the armed forces magazine of the Dutch. I have a lot of other resources, but this is just to start out one of the good resources. Now let's go back to search everything. We're going to click Tina Turner. This is going to end up searching through WorldCat. WorldCat is the world catalog. I don't want magazines. Again, this website is very buggy, I have to say. I want everything, not just magazines. Okay, so again, there are 1 million book results from 1 million plus Google books. Newspapers and articles we didn't do. We did magazines right now. Let's go to Radio Bulletin to see what we get. So you get an APN news report from 1971. Okay, People by John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band, Loop D Love by Juan Bastos, and Ike and Tina Turner. Sometimes you click on it, and what a bulletin is just telling you what they spoke about on the radio. Okay, it's not the actual radio transcript, nor is it the MP3 or anything like that. There's only one page. But what you can do with that is then contact the radio station. Now, from a 1971 thing, they're most likely not going to have the tapes, okay? But you could, in some cases, contact the radio station and ask if they have the tapes. That is something I have done before. And let's go back to the others. Google Books, we've done this through Google Books. I can show you what's going to happen. Nothing much. For some reason, they said 1 million, but now it says one book found. And this is something from 1776. So there's obviously another Tina Turner. It's not our Tina Turner. Newspapers is interesting. I've found that the only difference with this website, again, I have to click search because it's not working. Let me try again. Okay, magazines, we don't want that. I want newspapers. Sometimes I actually have gotten better results. Again, this is really bugging out on me and it's pissing me off. Okay, I'm just going to go back to search for everything and then click on newspapers. And that's not even working. So let me try one more time. I'm just going to go back to Delpher and just do it here. Put quotes around it again. Okay, we'll go to external newspaper pages. First, you will get a bunch of newspapers libraries have licenses for these newspapers, meaning that these newspapers you may otherwise have a paywall for are here for free. Now, success, sometimes it doesn't work, okay? Then you get this newspaper article, okay, with a full color photograph of Tina from 2009. It also has a photo right before. Always check the page right before and after. I tend to think, actually, these are not perfect, but hey, you get a pretty good photo. Now, I can't read it, but you can do the same thing that you did before. Now, you can right click sometimes. Right now, it's saying no, you cannot. So you can navigate through the image, but you cannot download it. Now, let's see if we can, though. We're going to go to, again, Control U. Now you're in the source, and then Control F, and see if there's a JPEG. Sorry. Now there is. Now I'm not guaranteeing anything. This is not how I usually proceed because this takes forever, but you could try. You can see what this goes to. Just put it up in here, and no, you get nothing. Okay, so it's hit and miss. Your best option for scanning it would just be to go full screen as much as you can, and then zoom out to the point where it's still readable. Again, click on print screen and select part of the text, part by part. Go back out of full screen, go back to Google Translate or another translator, go to images, Control V, and you will get a translation. Now, I don't want it in German, I want it in English. I'm not sure why it went to German. There we go. Okay. So here it's nothing like you've seen this picture before, most likely it's from 84 or 83, and you've probably seen similar articles, but this is one way to go through these. Since this website is bugging, or at least buggy, I should say, let's go to internal newspaper articles, meaning Dutch, or in their actual catalog. So you get a much bigger catalog. If we go by date from 0 to 9, again, should, but as you can see with this website, it's slow. The first mention of Tina is 1965. That's quite early. Now, I'm personally interested mostly in the 1980. That didn't work. Okay, then they want us to go with a calendar. So I'm going to have to just pick 1980 to 1989. And I don't think that worked. Again, this website is very bug prone. Okay, there we go. Let's try again. 1980 to 1989, and now I'm just going to go with 83, just randomly, December 83, December 31st, 83. Let's do the search again. And again, this has not been extremely fruitful, but okay, you get something from 1980. You get a relatively large thing. I think this is a release advertisement. So we have to actually search for Tina in the pictures, but here we go. So that was pretty easy to find, wasn't it? Ike and Tina, apparently, I mean, obviously Ike did this, but Ike released an album in 1980, one of those endless compilations, I'm assuming. You can go back on this website, and some websites you better not go back because you'll have to start all over again, but you'll get some things, so not everything, but this is how to deal with at least the Delpher catalog. Um, Not the most exciting video in the world, but okay, I'm not sure, but from this picture here, it looks kind of like Tina in the corner. It's probably not because it's 1980, and I don't think Tina would have been on the cover of a magazine in the Netherlands yet. We might as well check it out. Let's find out. No, it's not Tina, it's Josephine Baker. But you know what? Josephine Baker was a huge star. She actually died a few years before that, but there must have been a TV show or something like that. Yeah, on the 15th of August at 8:30 p.m. on Netherlands 1 television, there is going to be a video of her. So. But Josephine Baker is one of the predecessors to Tina. I'm actually gonna do relevance again within that time frame. And yeah, I'm not coming up with anything good today, but okay. It says Tina Turner exciting. So this is something to finish with from March 1982. And at least we have one photo of Tina. So again, there we go. She's on the front cover of a magazine. That's starting, the comeback is starting. It's 82. Tina Turner, whatever this means, Optionvid. Okay, and I'm not Dutch, I cannot read it. We have a picture I haven't seen before, and it's 1,700 results or something, so obviously haven't seen everything. They're saying she's 47 years old, which she was not, okay? Tina Turner was not 47 years old in 1982. She was 43, and that's definitely a 7, so anyways, so I'm gonna leave us with that. That'll be kind of the image for the end. So that is that for today. Not, I didn't plan this in advance. I kind of just went to one of my many catalogs that I searched through, and I hope that can be useful to you all. There are many other websites to go through. Take care.